Hi guys, I'm back over here on Nadex and hoping to do a little scalping. Uh, we're fairly early in this, um, pretty early in this 5 minute period. So, uh, nothing out here dancing the street over, but we're gonna see. Uh, 90 on the bid, 99.75 on the sell. We're our master line is well above the zero line, and even our mean is like hugging the zero line. So our interpretation is obviously that the market is trending up. We've got red on the bottom, blue on the top. So again, our interpretation is the market is trending up. Uh, Another good sign, just looking at price action, we got this wick here. Uh, the wick's longer than the body, and it seemed to reject around 110.51. And the challenge is we need some pullback into this area. Like 110.53 is what I picked off the board, and we're just not getting any pullback, and we're not getting any volatility. So there's obviously the proximity is good. I talked about proximity in another video because we've got this goes over 3 pips here, but in this case, the market maker for a buy, they're looking for 99.75. Obviously, we can't do that because there's only a quarter left of premium in the contract, and it costs $2 round turn, meaning to get in and out of a contract. So uh, anything, any contract where there's less than $2, obviously you can't do that. And I usually like to have $30 left over, meaning I'm buying at 70 or I'm selling at 30, so that I can maybe get 10 or 12 of that and pass that puppy off to the market maker or another trader and let them get the rest. Plan's working. The market is slowly trending up, but we're just not getting a pullback, so this may not come into play. Uh, Time decay is kicking in. We only got a minute and something, and you know when I started this video, I was around the start of the 5 minute interval. That's where I like to get into these. If you're going to take these, that's that's my time, and I like to be in that first minute. So I've got some minutes to actually trade or attempt to trade and scalp these. I'm gonna see if anything happens this interval, and if it doesn't, I'm gonna try and come back when I see something that's tradable. So I'm gonna pause right here. Okay, guys, I'm back and curious if we're gonna get anything here. I want to point something out. You don't need any special indicators to really understand this conceptually. One, the market's not moving. There's not a lot of volatility here. And when that's the case, all of the pricing over here on Nadex is generally going to be expensive. Now that has to do with the Black-Scholes model that they're using for this pricing. It's not just them. Everybody basically uses the same model. Okay, volatility is nowhere to be seen. So what the Greeks call vega, and that's going to push the cost of entering up. So why did I unpause? I saw a push down, a little push down with that red candle, but you see it just didn't follow through. I was hoping to get a decent price over here at 55. why not just go for 57? I mean, it's around my number. Um, I do believe the trend is up, but what's happening over here? I'm starting to see an arc down, a rejection in my master line off of where I had put my little resistance line. If this line here is where I found some recent support on the master line, this is where I found some recent resistance. I don't care if, well, but it's going up anyway, Alfred. You're missing a trade. I'm not missing a trade. There's always an opportunity to trade. There's no such thing. It's fiction. If you believe in that, you may as well believe in Santa Claus and the Easter Bunny. You don't miss a trade. There's no such thing as missing a trade. I make the trades. You make the trades. So how can we miss something that we create? So it's going up. Who cares? I'm willing to wager at 55. Okay, I could have took 57 and it's at 584 now. I probably could have gotten in there around 70 and hey, I would have been out with some profits. Who cares? I'm aware that there's not a lot of volatility here, so the contracts are expensive. I'm aware that we've been slowly drifting to the upside. And yes, our trend is to the upside. We're well above the zero. So I'm looking for a pullback, an instance where we are bucking the longer term trend inside of the price action. My crosswalk is up over here. So we're not bucking the trend. My master line is well above the zero. So we're not bucking the trend. And I'm not going to see it in these indicators because master line is a longer term. Crosswalk, it's a longer term. I've got to go and look to price action. And when I started this video, you notice that we had a little red candle, but the trend picked back up. That when that happens, in my mind, I'm just like, okay, cool, because I believe the market's going up anyway. So it's great. It's sticking to my plan. I've just got to wait for the right opportunity to get in and participate. Again, I'm trying to show not just trades because anyone can put on a quickie 5-minute trade for scalping, but now I'm showing you the how to be selective and find the better opportunities. Regardless, you're not in a hurry. I'm not in a hurry, and if you participate in this type of speculation and you're really in a hurry, it's it's a fast. You can make these scalps fast and get in and out with a few bucks, but you can also lose these scalps fast and get in and out with a significant loss to the counterparty. That's why now we're focusing on being very selective, even when we're right, because the market is still trending up. But you know what? I I didn't know that until now, and I don't care. I'm not trying to predict the market. I have an edge. I love the new indicator. I've been using the crosswalk. Anybody that's been on my channel, they know we've been using this for a couple of years. But we're trying to get as much on our side as possible. So, gonna have to hold here, and we'll see if we get something on the next go round. I'm gonna pause again. Okay, guys, looks like we got a little pullback here. I'd honestly like to get this a little cheaper than this, but we're gonna go ahead and see what we can do. Trying to beat, really? Uh, okay, we got filled. Again, not a lot of volatility. See, you need the volatility in order to get those prices moving, especially because we're scalping. This low volatility may mean holding till the end, and we don't really want to do that. Also, my proximity is closer. Like, and what I mean by that is this is 110.57. You see now we're at 110.579. I like to have at least 1.2 pips, and that's like 9 tenths of a pip. So we're gonna watch it and take it right there. Now, not a lot of movement. Again, why I was able to get in and out so quick? Remember when I first started? Yeah, it all happened very fast, but when I first started, I clicked and I was looking at 80 and a quarter, and when I actually got in, by just waiting, by being a little patient, letting the market come to me a little more, I got in at 71, and that was closer to the 70. And when the market just moved a pinch back up, I was able to take my little scalp. And you see, part of it was just, I've already been talking in this video about there's not a lot of volatility. So I have to be extra lean or mean with my entries. Uh, Even now, we're at what, 110.578. We're very close to 110.57. I had to be a little bit more liberal. I usually like to have a wider proximity um, away from wherever the strike is, and the strike was 110.57. And that's it, guys. I walked through some of the thought process. I hope that's helpful. And there were a couple of trades we didn't take. And you see what happened? Just waiting for that right opportunity, getting in on that red candle. This is the same candle. Now the candle is still it's small. It's not doing anything. Now it's touching my strike and it's bouncing again. We're still holding. There's a little uptrend here, but there's so little volatility that obviously I don't want to. I don't want to hold. That's just me, but I don't want to hold. I don't like uh, coming down to the wire with a couple of pipettes, and a pipette is 1/10 of a pip. If I get caught and I have to, then I'll do it. But that's the purpose of watching my master line and trying to be on the right side of the trend, and seeing what's going on over here with my crosswalk and being aware of price action. We couldn't get anywhere around that wick that we saw back there. That would have been a really sweet pull back, but it just didn't happen. And it took us a couple of times to get the trade. I avoided two trades in this video, and you just saw me take the trade there. I think it was in and out in like 20 or 30 seconds. But how you get in and out in 20 and 30 seconds sometimes is by waiting 12 to 15 minutes. That's all I have, guys. See you guys on the next video. Once again, this is Alfred from BinaryOptionsTutor.com. Yes, I know, before somebody posts in the comments, this trade would have worked, Alfred. Fine. I'm scalping. See you guys on the next video. Like, share, comment, subscribe. If we've helped you, please help us by sharing this content with others.